Hello and welcome to this week's YouTube video. Today I'm going to talk about varnishing your paintings. I will compare a final finishing varnish to those which you can apply when your painting is touch dry. I use all of the varnishes I am speaking about. Number 1, Winsor & Newton Gloss Varnish. As this is a finishing varnish, your painting needs to be dry. Winsor & Newton recommends 6 months, however I have used this varnish much sooner. I like this varnish because I have found it can hide problem areas. If you have an uneven sheen over your painting and perhaps a few dull spots in the dark areas, I have found this varnish evens everything out. It's easy to apply and I have not had any issues with a tacky finish. It's touch dry in a couple of hours. For ease of use, you could also try Winsor & Newton Spray Varnish. If you are working on paintings that are a bit more delicate, like gilding or collage, this is a great alternative to the paint-on gloss varnish. There is no mess, so clearing up is quick. Pros: easy to apply, can help eliminate dull areas, touch dry within a few hours. Cons: you may need to wait 6 months before applying it. Number 2, Gamvar Varnish by Gamblin. This one can be applied when the painting is touch dry. I have applied it to my own paintings after 3 weeks. However, the disadvantages of this one is that I have found it is not as forgiving as the Winsor & Newton Final Finishing Varnish. If you have dull spots or sunken in areas on your painting, you must fix this with oiling out before using this varnish. To oil out, you can use a medium like refined linseed oil. Mix 1 part linseed oil with 1 part mineral spirits and then paint liberally over your painting. Give it a couple of minutes and then thoroughly wipe off the excess with a lint-free cloth and leave it to dry in a warm room. You can oil out your painting when it is touch dry. You will then be able to apply the Gamvar varnish. If oiling out does not fix your dull spots or sinking in, I would suggest not using this varnish as the problem will still be visible after the Gamvar is applied. Applying Gamvar can be tricky if you have never used it before, so maybe have a practice first. The consistency of the varnish is much thinner than the Winsor & Newton varnish, and you only need a tiny amount. If you apply too much, the surface of the painting will remain tacky and the varnish will need to be removed and then reapplied. That said, the varnish is meant to be easy to take off with mineral spirits, although I have never done this. You may also find that as you apply it, you get beading where the varnish sits in small ball-type beads on the painting surface. I have found that using a hog varnish brush helps, and making strokes from side to side as well as up and down helps to break this beading. The varnish takes about 12 hours to dry, so make sure you store the painting in an area dust-free. Gamvar acts as a final varnish, and so you will not need to varnish again once it has been applied. Pros: you can use when touch dry, easy to remove. Cons: it can be tricky to apply if you have not used it before. Successful oiling out must be done prior to varnishing. It takes a while to dry. Number 3, Retouch Varnish. This can be applied as a temporary varnish once the painting is touch dry, and then a final finishing varnish can be applied over the top when the painting has been dry for 6 months. Retouch Varnish is touch dry within about an hour, so it is great if you are working to a deadline. It also helps to resolve sunken in areas too. However, I have found that if the painting is not dry enough, this varnish can take off the paint. That said, I always use this varnish for my oil on paper commissions because of its light consistency and speed of drying, and I have never had an issue with it. I have only had an issue when applying to a painting on canvas board. Pros: you can use when touch dry, easy to apply. You can paint over it. It can help resolve sunken in areas. Cons: it can remove paint if you apply it to your painting too soon. It is only a temporary varnish. Looking at the final results, all the varnishes work equally well. When choosing your varnish, I would say think about your needs and the needs of the painting, and then see which varnish is the best fit. I hope you have enjoyed today's video and found it useful. Please like and subscribe if you can, and check out my website sarahhallidayart.com, where you will find examples of my work and also details of online classes that I run. Thank you for watching, and see you for the next one.